Hello and welcome to 100 Yards of Football, Sports Talk Radio. I'm your producer, Jeremiah Long, and joining me to talk about Davis Mills, the quarterback out of Stanford, is a man who's got a growing and strong reputation for being one of the biggest names in the field when it comes to draft profiles, when it comes to game previews, when it comes to interviews, and a man who's spread himself across the web in a way that you cannot avoid him. It's Mr. Logan Landers. How's it going, Mr. Landers?
What's going on, Jeremiah? Another wonderful Monday spent talking some football with you. I'm always up for the task, and we got to go in today with Davis Mills out of Stanford. And I appreciate that comment about me being all over the web, man. I'm trying to get my name out there one video at a time. We're working it, man. We're doing it.
Well, I'll tell you right now, as a data analytics person, which is my strong background, when I look up Logan Landers, I see you everywhere now, especially if you go to YouTube, if you go over to the podcast areas, Facebook, and just across the web in general. Especially I've been in Facebook groups. There's all kinds of things floating around. So thank you so much for joining us and bringing us these amazing previews. So with Davis Mills, I would love to hear from you your world-famous predictions for the three teams that he would be great for being drafted to, plus breaking down this amazing quarterback. So without further ado, jump in there and tell us all about Davis Mills.
All right, let's do it, Jeremiah. So first off, we got to give some hometown love to this young man. We're filming out of the Atlanta metro area, and Davis Mills, hey, he's out of here as well, out of Atlanta, Georgia. Born October 21st, 1998, attended Greater Atlanta Christian School out of Norcross, Georgia for his high school days, private Christian school. And, man, he absolutely did amazing, lit it up for that school. In total, man, for his entire high school career, he threw for 6,290 yards and 66 touchdowns to boot. So he had a lot of scouts looking at him when he was in high school, a five-star recruit, chose to go to Stanford, played with the Cardinals, and, man, he did a very good job with Stanford as well. But, man, his high school numbers, you just see that this guy has a lot of talent, a lot of arm strength first off, and a lot of accuracy already, at such a young age when he was 17, 18 years old, playing in high school, and then now translating it into his college career or whatever to Stanford and played for the Cardinals, man. He did pretty good over there as well. So he didn't light things up there. He didn't have a stellar, amazing, legendary career of any sorts, but he did have a very good, productive few seasons there. So he redshirted his first year, which that's pretty typical for most freshmen. Nothing too different out of that bunch. But something I did find that is pretty cool, though, is that he did come in and he set the school record for passing yards in a game with, I believe, 504 in a game, I think, against Washington State, if I have it right here. So overall, he, like I said, that was his big kind of breakout game against Washington State. And you just see, man, there's these little like blips or these little moments this guy has. You see the high school stats, you see that game he had where he threw for all of those yards. And he can really, if he can put it together, in the NFL, I think this guy could be kind of a sleeper pick. I mean, we've already talked a lot about the guys that are going into this draft, about the offensive linemen, the wide receivers, few quarterbacks here and there. And I think this guy's getting kind of slept on because let's just be honest. There's three quarterbacks at the top who we all know that everyone's focusing on. But then you have a guy here like Davis Mills, who some people might tend to forget about because his name's not up there. He didn't play for, the big schools. He didn't play for Clemson. He didn't play for Ohio State. He played at Stanford, which is still a very good, very recognizable program in college football. It's just that everyone's focused on those few quarterbacks at the moment, and poor Davis just was not able to get the amount of love that he deserves, I think, because this man is very impressive, and I think that overall, I think whatever team he heads to, he's going to have a good career. People are projecting him to have about a second to third day. That's when he's going to get picked, kind of a later pick. So if I had to guess, he's probably going to be a backup for the first year or two of his career. Really, just kind of soak up the NFL, get behind a veteran quarterback or someone else, and just learn the game, learn the system, learn how to get it in the NFL. And I think that with some fine tuning and a little bit of just work ethic, a little bit of training here and there, I think he could be a really good quarterback in a couple of seasons. He's not going to come out and light things up. He's not going to be I don't believe he's going to be a starting quarterback right away. But we've seen guys, who sat the bench the first season or two, got that playbook knowledge, got good coaches, and then we see once they get their chance, they can prove to anybody, whether it's the coaches, the fans, other teammates, that they were worth this draft pick. And I think Davis Mills is going to do that. So his career at Stanford, like I said, 2018, he didn't play much at all. 2019 and 20, those were his two big years that he stood out for me. So 2019, really good completion percentage, 65%, threw for almost 2,000 yards, 11 touchdowns, only 5 interceptions. In this past 2020 season with the COVID-shortened season, he had a 66% completion percentage with 7 touchdowns and 3 interceptions to boot. So pretty solid career overall, I would say. Like I said, nothing too eye-popping there, but very solid stats. I was looking over his pro day he had the other week. I believe Stanford and Auburn had the same day. So Davis Mills, man, he had a good day. It just was a little bit hard for him because it was raining outside. It was raining. The ball was wet. The ground was wet, the grass and everything. But he did really good, though. And I believe it was 55 pass attempts. He completed 50 of those. So he's able to show that even in weather, which is what you're going to encounter in the NFL, that's like a game-like situation, that this guy is accurate. So I think that might have actually helped his draft stock, to be honest, that if he can do that in those nasty conditions, that he can do it, in clear blue skies as well. So I like the way Davis Mills has been, just trending upward the past, like I said, high school career, solid, amazing start, five-star recruit and everything. College career, very good, very productive. And now you see with the pro day he had the other week with Stanford that he can throw the ball with the best of them. He's got good arm speed. He's got good accuracy. Like I said, with that completion percentage, he's got everything you want in a good quality quarterback. And I think that, even though that Davis Mills isn't the first name you think of when you think of quarterbacks that are going to be going in this draft, I think this guy's going to be a sleeper pick. And I think, like I said, he's either going to go late day 2, early day 3. And so I think that this guy is going to be a solid quarterback for a while to come in the National Football League. And Jeremiah, you know how I like to do things. I got
let's hear it.
3 teams I think this young man's going to head to. Yes. So first team, like I said, if the Falcons do not get a quarterback with their first pick, I think they're going to get one later. And I think Davis Mills would be a great pick. Keeping it hometown, he was from Atlanta, like I said, went to Greater Christian Private School. Keeping it in Atlanta, man, he looked good in that uniform with the Dirty Birds in Atlanta. So I think he could be, if he gets drafted a late pick, he can learn under Matt Ryan, who's been the Falcons quarterback for years now, was the best quarterback in the franchise's history. He just soak up the knowledge like a sponge, to be honest. So I think that'd be a really good pick. The second team I have him going to is a team with another veteran quarterback. They have the Las Vegas Raiders under Derek Carr. I think if he could head there, that would be a good slot as well for him. Forget the white and red you got him in there. Put him in the black and silver. That would be a pretty nasty look for him. I think he looked pretty good in that color scheme. But I think if he is with the Raiders, like I said, you got Derek Carr as well, who's been in the league for a while now. Very good quarterback, got great arm mechanics. I think they can learn a lot from each other. And finally, the third team, Pittsburgh Steelers. Look good in the black and yellow with Ben Roethlisberger under helm right now for probably another season, maybe 2. We'll have to see. But they don't really have a quarterback set for the future. They've tried a few guys out when Ben was hurt. That went all right. But those aren't really guys that they've put out there that are going to lead the franchise. And I think that if you can get a Davis Mills with a late round pick, like I said, second or third round, you could learn under Ben Roethlisberger for a year, maybe 2. And then Davis might get in there, pretty good, get some good snaps. And he might be able to lead the Steelers back to the playoffs and back to another, Super Bowl run potentially. As long as he gets some good tutelage from either Matt Ryan with the Falcons, Derek Carr with the Raiders, or Ben Roethlisberger with the Steelers, I think this man could be a really good quarterback in the next 5 years. And don't sleep on him anymore now. Like I said, I got the draft profile out the way with him, but don't sleep on Davis Mills anymore. He is going to be a good quarterback, I think.
Yeah. Whew. I definitely see that. And, coming out of Stanford, having a chance to play and to get in there, he's accustomed to throwing some passes. Mm-hmm. And so he is going to want to land somewhere in a team where even if he's on the bench, even if he's a backup quarterback, that he can really get some great practice and he can learn a great system. So, yeah, I am hoping, too, that he can land somewhere where I think I agree. I don't personally think he should come in as a starting quarterback. I think that he needs to find a great program that can build him up, give him some, out of the main spotlight time to really build himself up and take it from that college level to that pro level. And then this guy could shine. So what are your final thoughts on Davis Mills?
Yeah, final thoughts on this young man. I've enjoyed watching some game footage of his. Like I said, his pro day was very productive, even though it was a little bit rainy. He got it done, though, with that really good completion percentage out there. He's got a good arm, good mechanics, good frame, 6'4", so he's up there. He's your prototypical kind of old school quarterback who's just going to sling it around. He has a little bit of mobility. He's not the fastest guy in the world, of course, but he can run when needed, so that's always a positive in the NFL, especially when you got guys who are quicker and stronger than ever that are going to go and bear down on him. You got to be able to have a little bit of mobility. You can't just be, glued to the pocket anymore. You're going to get crushed that way.
Yeah.
So I think that as long as he gets under a good veteran quarterback and as long as he gets, especially under a good offensive line, then I think that would be a great pickup for whatever team drafts him. And I hope, best for Davis Mills, man, from Atlanta. So we hope all the guys that are from the Georgia area do have a great career in the NFL. And hopefully we'll get him on the show one day. We'll see.
Yeah. Whew. Well, for everybody watching, make sure you tell us in the comments what you think. Who will draft Davis Mills? Put it in the comments. Mr. Logan Landers feels like either the Atlanta Falcons, the LA Raiders, or the Pittsburgh Steelers are great picks for teams that could draft Davis Mills. But we want to know what you think. And also, are there any other things that you want us to know about Davis Mills? Any other comments on what we said or stuff that you'd like to make sure that we know about? Because we want to be the most informed football show that you hear about every week. We keep it on the field. We talk about the stats. We talk about the players. We talk about their great histories. So make sure that you tell us what you think about this draft profile and let us know if there are any other draft profiles that you want to see. And for everybody watching us on YouTube, Twitch, or Facebook, just want to say thank you. Make sure that you like, subscribe, and share all of our videos so that we can keep making these amazing videos for you. And if you listen to podcasts, you want to jump over and listen to our podcast, 100 Yards of Football. So anywhere that you listen to podcasts, you can find us, 100 Yards of Football over on Spotify. You can go over to Apple Podcasts and see us again. Again, it's just 100 Yards of Football. Anywhere that you listen to podcasts, we are available. So for the entire team here at 100 Yards of Football, I am the producer, Jeremiah Long, and I've been joined with Mr. Logan Landers to talk about our dude, Davis Mills from Stanford. He's the quarterback, and we'll be right back with another live draft preview. See ya.